Covering news where you live, this is 5 News.
Thanks for joining us. I'm Morgan Wrigley. Fort Smith City directors are considering options for changing water rates in the area. The group got their first look at a recently completed study on water rates. The study suggests raising rates by 50% the first year and 20% the second year, with smaller increases over the following 3 years. There was also discussion of a half-cent sales tax increase to help offset the cost of providing water to customers. Mayor George McGill says something has to be done.
This board is just going to have to make a decision about the best option to make sure at the end of the day we continue to have the best water available. There's no other options.
Directors will talk about how to move forward on a number of options on Tuesday night. And today we're showing you the new Children's Safety Center of Washington County. The center is a 15,000 square foot building in Springdale. The CSC is an advocacy center for victims of child abuse. And with the new building, the group says they'll be able to better serve the community. They broke ground on the new center last summer as they outgrew the space they had been in since 1997. The new space is 3 times the size of their old center and was made possible by donations from the community. Emily Rapp-Fisher, Development Director for the CSC, says the day was meant to celebrate the hard work of the community.
I mean, they're the ones that helped us build this building. It was a $15 million project, and now we're here standing in front of it and in it and using it. It just helps us do our jobs to the best of our ability. And one thing that I think is so cool is that we're hearing kids actually say, this whole building is just for us. Like, all of this is just for us. The community cares that much.
The first day the center was officially open, they saw 7 kids. Rapp-Fisher says she hopes this is just the beginning of providing more victims of child abuse the care they need. Well, we'll get to more news in just a bit, but first let's send it over to meteorologist Zach Scott for a look at today's weather.
Hey, Morgan, temperatures looking pretty good for us for this time of year, running about 10 degrees above average, and that's been the case for the majority of December. Not always running 10 degrees above average, but we've mostly been above average, certainly more days than we've been at or below average. And again, looking at the climate data coming in for the rest of December, we're going to close it out overall warmer than we are going to be cooler out there. We're looking at temperatures once again, upper 50s to low 60s. Had a lot of low 60s on Tuesday. I think we'll have more upper 50s mixing in. Should be about 58 to 60 across the area. Mostly cloudy skies. Try to break up a little bit more for us, mixing in some sunshine late morning into the afternoon a little bit, but we'll call it a mostly to partly cloudy day across the region. Upper 50s, low 60s, up to around 61 degrees expected in the River Valley. All right, big storm system staying out towards the west. Rain chances stay to the west of us today. Look, as we go through the day tomorrow, staying out towards the west again. We'll finally start to see a band of rain pull together and move east as we go through the day on Friday. I think our rain chances increase, especially late afternoon, evening Friday, scattered showers Friday night. And Morgan, we could see some lingering showers early in the day on Saturday. We'll keep our eyes on it.
All right, thanks, Zach. Well, more details today on a roadblock for those looking to change Arkansas's current Freedom of Information Act laws. Attorney General Tim Griffin has rejected a proposed ballot item intended to strengthen FOIA. The group submitted the finalized proposal to the Attorney General's office 2 weeks ago, but now they'll have to go back to the drawing board. 5 News reporter Kayla Davis gives us a look at what comes next in the process.
The fundamental premise is that government transparency is a right of the people of Arkansas. And what we're doing is ensuring that to the extent that government transparency laws exist in Arkansas right now, they can't be weakened without the approval of the people of Arkansas.
That's the goal of Arkansas Citizens for Transparency. Senator Clark Tucker is a member. This week, Arkansas Attorney General Tim Griffin rejected the group's FOIA amendment proposal. The letter stated undefined terms, including the phrases government transparency and notice meetings and records, would likely give voters serious grounds for reflection.
In our view, that's a pretty clear term. It's obvious what it means.
Now, members of the ballot committee are contemplating their options, which include submitting one or multiple revised amendments back to Griffin's office, or even legal action.
We're, of course, contemplating the possibility of litigation, filing a lawsuit to get this on the ballot.
Tucker says the group is racing against the clock to get this proposal approved. They must gather 90,000 signatures from Arkansans before this summer for this amendment to be on next November's ballot.
Every day that we're not gathering signatures makes it tougher. So we want to, time is of the essence. I think we'll submit an alternative an alternative proposal soon. I don't know exactly when, but we are working on it very expeditiously.
Covering news where you live, Kayla Davis, 5 News.
This amendment proposal comes after Governor Sanders' special session back in September to make revisions to the state's FOIA laws. Tucker says the committee's efforts include politicians on both sides of the aisle, and they hope to protect the balance of power between the people and legislature. Those are some of your top headlines on this Wednesday, and we'll continue to follow the news all day. You can catch up with us again tomorrow. I'm Morgan Wrigley. Have a great day.